dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. A string of deadly mass shootings is spurring Congress to take action. Today, a bipartisan group of senators said they've reached an agreement for legislation to limit some gun sales while funding school security and mental health programs. Lise Preston reports from New York.
Senate negotiators have struck a deal to move forward on gun control. On Sunday, lawmakers announced a framework for new laws to keep firearms out of the hands of potentially dangerous individuals.
What do we want? Gun control!
The announcement came a day after protesters gathered in several cities to demand stronger gun laws.
Our message isn't that we hate all guns. It isn't that we are against the Second Amendment. It's to keep our communities safe.
20 senators signed a statement expressing support for the plan. Texas's John Cornyn was one of 10 Republicans to endorse it. Their involvement is seen as critical to getting any bill through the deadlocked Senate.
If it's life-saving and can make a difference, and they have bipartisan support for it, then we would welcome it, even though it won't be everything that we want.
The deal includes no provisions for raising the minimum age to buy a gun. It does propose spending billions of dollars on mental health care and school security. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
On Sunday, the NRA said it would not respond to the framework announcement until it sees the full text of any proposed gun control bills. 5 teenagers were shot Saturday night in Louisville, Kentucky. Police say the shooting happened at the Big 4 Bridge downtown near the Ohio River. Officers arriving to the scene found 3 teenagers who were wounded. 2 other teens took themselves to the hospital with gunshot wounds. Police say some of the victims have injuries that are life-threatening.
This is a family area. I mean, we want it to stay a family area, but at this time, you know, we're seeing a lot of juveniles down here that are being unsupervised. All kinds of things are occurring that if a parent was here that could possibly deter that, it would be very helpful on our end.
Regardless. This is the second shooting near the Big 4 Bridge in less than a week. Right now, there's no word on any suspects. 5 people were arrested in Whitley County after sheriffs uncovered a large amount of meth on Saturday. The incident happened in Corbin on Pinewood Drive off 5th Street Road. They were originally looking for Natisha Younts. She had multiple warrants for her arrest. When sheriffs arrived, they found a large group of people around the garage locating Younts and Brian Smith. Officials say they found meth on Brian and found more meth throughout the surrounding area. They arrested and charged a total of 5 people. Laurel County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help. They're looking for a man after a reported theft. The incident happened around 3:33 a.m. Suspect is displayed here near a U-Haul. Laurel County sheriffs say the theft happened at a business off of US 25, 1.5 miles north of London. If you spot him, you're asked to call the Laurel County Sheriff's Office. Folks can expect road closures this weekend in Rowan County. Road construction will start Monday. One lane of KY Kentucky 32 westbound will be closed between the I-64 interchange and the Kroger Shopping Center. The project was started by a private developer. It's expected to last this entire week. The private developer received a Kentucky Transportation Cabinet permit to do the work. State funds are not being used for this project.
It is a warm end to the weekend across the mountains, but we get even warmer as we get into your next work week. Let's take a live look over at I-64 in Moorhead. All is quiet at the moment. We are looking at a few clouds back in the distance, but overall, a very quiet end to the weekend. Temperatures in the middle and lower 80s, 81 for Jackson, 80 in Pikeville, 86 in Manchester, 87 the warm spot over in Monticello. Not only is it warm, but it's also muggy with dew points in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Up on Pinpoint Doppler, we are dry across the mountains at this hour, but we are watching out for maybe a few showers or storms later on today and into tonight. It will not rain everywhere, but a few are possible. Overnight lows falling into the upper 60s and lower 70s. I have your complete forecast coming up in just a little bit. Keaton.
Thank you, Cameron. A local food truck has become a popular spot for some highly modified hot dogs. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more with the owner of Weird As Hot Dogs and why he wanted to bring a new taste to the mountains.
A local family-owned and operated traveling food truck is combining a cookout favorite with some odd toppings.
We wanted to stand out. We wanted to be a little bit different. We wanted to bring a new flavor, not only to the hot dog, but to Eastern Kentucky.
And with a name like this, you are sure to find something weird. But Burchett says none weirder than the serial killer.
It comes with cheese, Apple Jacks, grape jelly, and jalapenos if you choose. That's probably the weirdest dog that we have right now. It does mesh well together.
These crazy conies are all inspired by bringing out the inner child in adults across the region.
They're kind of inspired by just taste and childhood, and we as adults that sometimes we kind of shut ourselves off from.
Offering a place to have new and fun experiences.
It's the want to try something new and actually having the ability to come out and get that versus having to just settle for something that you need to eat, but it's not what you want.
For those who want to keep it weird and flavorful. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Burchett said to stay up to date on when and where the food truck will be set up, you can follow their Facebook page. You can find that on our website at WYMT.com. With summer just around the corner, more wildlife will be out and about near your home or property. To avoid the risk of snakes making your home or property their own this summer, those with the Kentucky Reptile Zoo say it's important to keep your yard and property clean. The more objects that are outside, the more options snakes have to hide.
But also, if you have a bunch of stuff sitting around or even lots of garbage, that will attract rodents. Rodents attract snakes, and so you end up with more snakes. So keeping your area clear reduces the chances of snakes wanting to live there.
Those with the Reptile Zoo add that if you want to scare snakes away, spraying them with a water hose is a good solution since it's usually effective and you can do it from a bit of a distance. And while snakes are still on your minds, the Kentucky Reptile Zoo is doing more than just teaching people about these creatures. They're using their resources to impact those in need. The Reptile Zoo is a global hotspot for snake venom. The zoo will extract the venom rattlesnake to ship to pharmaceutical companies and researchers to create medicine and, of course, life-saving anti-venom to treat those who've been bitten. And even though it might look painful, the zookeepers say this process does not harm the snakes.
It's kind of fun to be like a little thing in Kentucky that can do so much in this way. It also helps us with our messaging locally. We can talk about what we do on a bigger scale, providing venoms for people, and that can help people here who are on-site visiting kind of see the snakes in a new way.
Zookeeper Kat Dale says they'll extract venom from 600 to 1,000 snakes each week, with venom being shipped to France, Brazil, and to different locations across the U.S. A food pantry in Lexington is promoting Pride, not just this Pride Month, but year-round. The People's Market is run through the Lexington Pride Center. It's a free weekly resource for the LGBTQ+ community and their families. The Purple Painted Pantry opened in 2020 and is a rescue program. They work with God's Pantry Food Bank to take foods that would otherwise be thrown away.
A lot of the feedback I get is just like having someone there who knows that we care about them. It makes a big difference in their lives.
If you'd like to help the People's Market, you can donate directly to the Pride Center. The center also accepts food donations at the door. Coming up at 6, how the baby formula shortage is affecting Kentucky's families and business owners.
And a few showers or thunderstorms are possible to close out the weekend. I have all those details coming up.